Hello Cancers, this is Turquoise Tarot here with your January 2017 reading. I hope you all had a wonderful holiday season and I wish you all a happy new year. Just a couple quick announcements before I get started. If you're interested in a private reading or you would like to contact me, I will post my website and my email address in the information box below this video. Also, if you would like to donate to the channel, which is always greatly appreciated, I will post the link for that as well in the information box below. I am working on uploading the 2017 overview readings. They are hour-long readings and they cover areas such as career and finance, love and romance for singles and couples, and also spiritual lessons or major milestones that you may be having in 2017. Now, there is a $1.99 charge to view that video. However, I just want to ensure you that I will be continuing to upload my monthly readings for each zodiac sign free. So, sorry for the noise. I have my window open here. I'm getting some fresh air in the house. Let's go ahead and get started. And this reading is going to be a general reading for Cancers. And we'll see what the general messages are for the month of January 2017. Okay. First card we have is the Three of Wands, the Three of Cups, Nine of Cups, Seven of Swords, Six of Cups, the Knight of Pentacles, Three of Pentacles, Two of Swords, and the Two of Pentacles. And at the bottom of the deck we have the Page of Swords. Okay, so let's see what messages are coming through here. We are seeing with the 3 3s and the 2 2s, I feel like there are some decisions that are going to have some transitional energy with them. So in other words, there's going to be some transitions this month based on some decisions you're making. I feel like some of you may be looking for a new job or a new position, but you're not telling your employer. Because perhaps you're working with someone or you're working in an environment where there are some emotional connections to people, but maybe financially, you know, there's better opportunities elsewhere. And I see you getting that new position and actually being very happy there. I see that there's going to be a lot of celebrating and possibly a lot of drinking going on in the beginning of the month, which of course we have New Year's Eve, and that's a, you know, I feel like New Year's though, you're really kind of contemplating what you want to do in the year 2017. I think that you are focusing on areas of life where maybe in the past you've been too giving, too kind, maybe even a bit naive, and people have taken advantage, or you've gotten like the short end of the stick, and you're deciding that this is going to be a year where you're deciding to make some changes that, again, I just see transitional energy. You're shifting into maturity is not the right word. I don't feel it's maturity. I feel it's more just, you know, you kind of looking out more for yourself this year and beginning this month in January. I feel that some of you, again, when it comes back to work, I feel like, you know, you haven't gotten the raises and bonuses that you were promised or that you deserve or that you felt you deserved. And so I feel like your employer may have taken advantage, of your sweetness, your kind of, I don't want to say you're timid, but maybe to them you're coming across as timid, and it's easy for them to deceive you or try to deceive you. But you're well aware of your worth, and you're well aware that you should be making more money and that you should be moving on. And I see you doing that. I see it's going to be very, very beneficial for you. Now, financially, I feel like some of you, if you're self-employed or you're an entrepreneur or you're looking to start your own business, finances are going to be a bit up and down this month, okay? I kind of feel like you're looking at expanding your business. I'm sorry about that. I have a toddler playing with blocks in the background, so I apologize. But I feel like you're looking at new ways of marketing, new ways of advertising. You're looking at new ways to draw in business, but I think it's kind of challenging for you this month. And I feel like financially, again, there's some ups and downs when it comes to this, okay? So the message here is to be cautious with what you spend, because I see business picking up maybe in the later months, but for this month it's about strategizing, watching what you spend, watching how much is actually coming in, and just being observant. So let's look at this more in depth here. I want to look at the Seven of Swords first. Seven of Swords. Yeah, a lot of you are leaving behind an old employer or an old job for something new, and it's a pleasant surprise, this turn of events that's occurring for you, okay? It's going to be a positive turn of events. So you may not be honest with your present employer about looking elsewhere, but you're trying to, think about what is in your best interest first. Let's look at the Two of Swords with whatever this indecision is, or making a tough decision. Yeah. You're kind of postponing, or you've been postponing making a decision regarding work. You know that you're not completely happy there, and you're wanting a job where you find happiness, where you feel successful, or you feel appreciated, but you have kind of postponed or put off making this decision. And this is telling you it's time to make a decision. This woman can't move forward until she drops one of these swords. So she either you can stay where you're at, or you can go somewhere else. But you're kind of in an impasse right now, and you need to make a decision about which way you're going to go. With this card, the Two of Swords, one of the messages with it is you inevitably will have to make a decision. So postponing making that decision isn't helping you in any way. Okay, let me look at the Nine of Cups, which is talking about wish fulfillment. Yeah, see, on the Nine of Cups, wish fulfillment, this is talking about this old woman represents something old, something that we've known, something that we've done, or where we've been. Sorrow, and then the misfortune card, which is like the Tower in the Rider-Waite deck. So it's like I feel like you're gonna get a job. I'm sorry, honey, can you keep it down, please? Okay. This is about ending something old, and I feel like it's actually very gratifying for you, because it brought you down. And I feel like whatever this offer comes in, it comes in kind of suddenly, and I feel like you're maybe not even giving your 2-week notice with your present employer. You're just moving on. And let me look finally at this 2 of Pentacles here. Two of Pentacles. Again, it's saying don't spend money frivolously this month, otherwise you might find yourself in a desperate situation. You do need to strategize like a soldier. You need to strategize. You need to move forward, but with caution, okay? When it comes to spending, this month is a big month where you've got to ask yourself, is it worthwhile? Especially for those of you that's transitioning from one job to another, because you know sometimes there's that break in a pay period where we may be used to getting paid on a weekly or a bi-weekly basis, and if you start somewhere new, you may have to go an extra week or so without pay. So just be cautious with your finances, but I do see a move in career would be very positive for you, okay? And I want to say for those of you looking for employment, I see you're going to find it this month as well, okay? Now let's look at what's going on for the single Cancers for the month of January. Six of Swords popped out. I'm going to leave that to the side and we'll see how it resonates with the rest of the reading. Messages for single Cancers for the month of January. What are the love messages? Okay. We have the 8 of Swords, Strength, the 5 of Rods, the 4 of Cups, the Page of Cups, Judgment, 5 of Pentacles, the Emperor, and Temperance. At the bottom of the deck, we have the 6 of Rods. Okay. So, let's see what we have coming in here for this month. Let's shift these cards a little bit. You know what I honestly see here, and this is why the 6 of Wands is coming up as the overall energy, is there's a shift in your perception of yourself in love and romance this month. And what I see is, I feel like for some of you, you've been single for quite some time, or at least you've been single long enough to where you're impatient to find that partner, or find that relationship, find that connection with somebody. Sorry, I dropped a hair on here. And I see that this month, instead of having more of a, and I don't want you to take this the wrong way, but instead of having a victim mentality, as in, you know, why isn't this happening for me? Why can't I find a partner? What's wrong with me? That kind of mentality, I see that shifting for you this month, and I see you actually focusing more on, well, what can I do to bring in the love and intimacy and the connection that I want? So it's like you're owning your part, and you're owning your strength and your power in finding the right partner and finding the right connection. So I do see a transformation within you, and I think that this is a necessary thing in order for you to find the right partner, okay? Because I think that in the past, you might have just settled, and it caused, the kind of relationships that we don't want, but they're necessary because they're karmic relationships. They teach us about ourselves, right? But you kind of drew in the wrong kind of partners because you were settling for whoever was, putting in the effort to get to know you. Now you're shifting that, and you're exerting the energy to find someone, maybe even telling someone that you're interested, okay? And I see it being a beautiful thing for you. I see that by the end of the month, you're much happier than you were to begin with, because you're owning your power, you're owning your worth, you're owning your strength, and you're going out there and you're finding what it is you want in love and romance, and you're putting in the work, you're putting in the effort. So there's this, in the beginning of the month, we see this maybe internal battle or conflict. And this can be a battle or conflict that you've had within yourself in the past as well. But you're now understanding and appreciating that, man, I'm in charge here. You're the emperor. I'm in charge of what comes into my life and what I want in my life. And if I want love and romance, then I can't sit around and wait, because I'm not going to get what I want. This emperor is looking at this 5 of Pentacles. So it's like, I don't want to stay in this space anymore where I feel kind of shut out and left out in the cold, and I'm seeing romance and love all around me, but I'm not finding it in my own life. So in order to make that happen, you're taking the necessary steps. We have the Judgment and Temperance card here, which come after this internal conflict, right? So I feel like, again, we have a new way of being, a new way of perceiving love, relationships, and our part in that. And it's healing. It's therapeutic. And one thing I want you to focus on this Temperance card is you see this path that leads to the sun, leads to this shining crown. It's saying here, yes, I mean, there's a balance here with how much we are willing to receive and how much we're willing to put out. So you have to be just as willing to put in the effort as much as you would expect someone else to put in effort to get to know you. So I think it's beautiful, honestly. And with the 6 of Wands here, it's saying there's victory and success to be had and to be yours. I don't want to say just in January, but in the coming months regarding love and romance. We're leaving troubled waters, and we're coming into a situation where there's calmer waters, and we're understanding our part in building the love life we want. I also want to say, for some of you, the 6 of Swords can pop out to say that perhaps you will meet someone when you travel, when you go overseas, or when you're just taking a family vacation, or a vacation with friends, or you're just going on business. Can be something you meet someone when you're traveling, or when you're going overseas. And this is also, to me, the 6 of Swords is talking about personal growth, because you're leaving behind an old perception and an old way of doing things. And because you got this clarity of mind now, it's putting you, when it comes to dating and relationships, it gets a lot easier for you, because you're finding that sense of confidence to go out and get what you want. Let's look at the Emperor with these Gypsy Oracle cards. Let's see what other messages may come through. All this noise. Okay, so with the Emperor, we have the card of service. We have the Misfortune card, which is like the Tower in the Rider-Waite deck. And then we have the Sweetheart. So again, yes, service. You can't wait for others to come and just, in the most literal way that I can say it, is be of service to you, and come and find you. You're realizing that in order to serve yourself and finding the love and connection and romance that you want, there's going to have to be a major shakeup in the way that you do things. And you're going to have to take ownership of what you want in love. Let's look at the Six of Wands here. Yeah, see? It's saying here, success is yours to be had in love. You will find love when you transform the way you manage yourself in love, and you will find the sense of, you will find the loyalty and the committed kind of relationship that you want when you do this major transformation. Okay? So that's what I have for you singles. I'm going to go ahead and move on to the reading for couples. Give me just a second while I gather the cards. Again, I apologize for the background noise. I want to get these readings uploaded before the new year, before January technically begins. So you have all month to work on these energies. All right, so let's look at what's coming in for coupled Cancers for the month of January 2017. Okay, we have the Six of Swords again. The Magician. The Knight of Swords, the Hermit, Six of Pentacles, the Strength card, Ace of Rods, the Sun, and the Death card. Interesting. At the bottom of the deck we have the Two of Wands. So the overall energy is that of a decision, and we're looking at potential long-term implications of whatever decision we're weighing in our minds regarding this relationship that you find yourself in. Okay, let me just see what I see here. It's interesting because the Diamond here is all major arcana cards, with the Magician, the Hermit, the Sun, and Strength. Some of you are finding the strength after deep contemplation and consideration to end a relationship that you know is not helpful to you or not beneficial for you. I feel like you may be involved with someone who can be combative or argumentative, but there's someone who doesn't think before they speak. And sometimes what they say can be hurtful, and they don't realize the implications on you or the relationship when they behave in this manner. They can be someone who's also manipulative, and I want to say I'm getting a feeling of like control issues. Okay, so I think some of you are finding the strength to leave this kind of relationship behind. And there's a promise here that happiness is yours, or happiness is to be yours when you make this decision for yourself. There's a promise here that things are going to change for you for the better, because ultimately you deserve a relationship that has the equal give and take. Okay? I think some of you, you've been contemplating leaving a relationship for some time. I think that you realize this person has anger issues, and you may leave abruptly. It may be like words are said, you know, quickly, and all of a sudden you're like, that's it, I've had enough. That's the straw that broke the camel's back for me kind of attitude, and you just move on. But the Strength card is here to remind you do have the strength to move on. I mean, it's not, I don't see you wallowing in sadness. I see that, you know, I think you know you're ready to move on, but you're afraid to just do it. And this is the month where you do it. You're just like, I'm done. You've done enough. Let's look at this. I want to look at the Hermit card first and see what additional messages may be coming through with that. Sorry, I can't talk today. Yeah, the Hermit card is, look, you're spending some time contemplating. You're spending some time contemplating this situation. And because we have the Six of Swords on top, which talks about leaving behind, and then we have the Ace of Wands beneath that, which to me is talking about anger or hostility in this reading. Sorry. I think that the Hermit is saying here, look, you realize this person doesn't have your best interest at heart. They're kind of cocky and arrogant, and I think they throw their weight around, and they're not someone who knows about give and take in a relationship. They're not very emotionally inclined, or they don't share their emotions like you do. Being a Cancer sign, you know, you're a water sign, so you're very good at expressing and expressing love, expressing intimacy, expressing romance, and expressing, you know, yeah, your emotions. And this person is not so good at doing that. And I do feel like there's like emotional, like they have some emotional issues. And so it causes them to not be able to share with you in a relationship or in any relationship as they should be able to, okay? So you're looking at that. You're thinking about that. Now let me look at the Death card here. And this is where I'm seeing with the card of transformation and also endings, okay? We see here we have the Sweetheart, we have this card of being ill, and then we have this card of haughtiness and arrogance. So I'm feeling like there's an ending because you know there's a lack of genuine love or intimacy. This person is just too into themselves. I want to say a bit narcissistic, maybe. Like they're more concerned about how things impact them and their feelings and what they want. And it's left you emotionally and mentally and even possibly physically weak. You know, you just feel like, I can't go on like this anymore. I'm not happy. Let me see the Two of Wands here. Yeah. Two of Wands, it's about making that decision and saying, what are the long-term implications of my decision, right? So we have the card of despair, we have the Thief, and then we have consistency. What this is telling me, because this Thief card can also represent change, but it's like, it's not necessarily a positive change. So what I'm seeing here is out of desperation and understanding that things are not going to change, they're going to stay consistent, they're going to remain the same, you're making this change. Now, when I say it's not a positive change, what it means is it's a necessary change, but it's not like, you know, you're jumping for joy over it. You know, it's not like it's a surprising change that brings, you know, happiness and joy and rainbows and flowers kind of change. It's just a necessary change. It's a need to look at, okay, something's got to give here, and I got to make a decision about which way I'm going to go. I know that I'm unhappy. I know that this is a situation where I'm at the point where I'm feeling desperate, and I know it's not going to change. So I have to make that change. I have to make that decision. Okay? So thank you, Cancers, for watching. I apologize for all the background noise. I'm sorry. But I wish you all a wonderful, happy 2017. God bless, and I will be here in February for your monthly readings then. Love you guys. Bye.